Hello students, welcome to another lecture session. Today we will understand some practical problems from the chapter Income Determination and Multiplier. So the first question you can see is that calculate multiplier if MPC is 0.75 and number 2 is 0.90. So you have to calculate multiplier. Given in the question, it is marginal propensity to consume is number one 0.75 and 0.90. So we know to calculate multiplier, there are three formulas. Number one formula is change in Y divided by change in I. So change in income divided by change in investment. Another formula, it is K is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC, and third formula is K is equal to 1 divided by MPS. So these are the three formulas we have to solve using the formula. So given number 1, MPC is 0.75, so therefore very easy to calculate. K is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. We have used the second formula. So 1 divided by 1 minus value of MPC number 1 is 0.75, which is equal to 1 divided by 0.25 or 4. So the multiplier is 4. Next, it is MPC given is 0.90. So again K is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. 1 divided by value of MPC is 0.90, which is equal to 1 divided by 0.10, and the multiplier is 10. I hope you have understood. Next, we shall proceed to question number 2. So the question says, in an economy, income generated is 4 times the increase in investment expenditure. Calculate the value of MPC and MPS. So in an economy, the income generated is 4 times. So as I have explained earlier, that the value of multiplier, we get the value of multiplier in times. Suppose 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 2 times. So income generated is 4 times the increase in investment. So already the value of K, or you can say the multiplier is given, it is 4 times. Calculate the value of MPC and MPS. So multiplier is equal to, as per the formula, multiplier is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. We know the value of multiplier, it is 4, which is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. Now we will cross multiply. So 1 minus MPC is equal to 1 divided by 4. What we have done? We have simply cross multiplied. So 1 divided by 4 is equal to 1 minus MPC. So therefore MPC is equal to 0.75 and MPS is equal to 0.25. So I hope you can do the calculations. So after you do the calculation, you will get your answer of MPC as 0.75 and MPS as 0.25. 0.25. What we have done, we have simply just cross multiplied, because as per the question the multiplier is already given, it is 4 times. So multiplier, if the multiplier is 4 and the question has asked us to find MPC and MPS, so we will utilize the formula 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. So as per the question, the multiplier is given, it is 4. What we have done, we have cross multiplied and found the value of MPC 0.75 and MPS is 0.25. I hope you have understood this question. Next, we shall proceed to question number 3. Question number 3 says, in an economy, equilibrium level of income is 12,000 crores. The ratio of MPC and MPS is 3:1. Calculate the additional investment needed to reach new equilibrium level of income of 20,000 crore. Understand the question. In an economy, the equilibrium level is already at 12,000 crore. Equilibrium level of income is already at 12,000 crore. The ratio between MPC and MPS, you can write as MPC is to MPS as 3:1. You are asked to calculate the additional investment needed. Additional investment, it is basically change in I that you have to find out. So additional investment needed to reach a new equilibrium level of income of 20,000 CR. If you look at the question carefully, this is the old income. This 20,000 is the new income of new equilibrium level. So we can easily find the change in income, that is 20,000 CR minus 12,000 CR, which is the change in income is 8,000 CR. Next, we can write that ratio of 3:1 between MPC and MPS signifies, can I write MPC is equal to 3/4? If the ratio is given 3:1, what will be the denominator? We have to add 3 plus 1 and we get a denominator of 4. It means out of 4, the consumption is 3. And we can also write MPS is equal to 1/4 as per the ratio. And what does this indicate? It indicates that out of 4, 1 is being saved. So if we convert 3/4 into decimal, we get 0.75, and if we convert 1/4 into decimal, we get 0.25. So therefore MPC is 0.75 and MPS is 0.25. Now we can easily find the multiplier. What is the multiplier? We can use any formula. It is 1 divided by 1 minus MPC or 1 divided by MPS. You can use any formula. I am using now 1 divided by MPS. So 1 divided by how much is the MPS? It is 0.25. 0.25. The answer is 4. Therefore, multiplier is 4. But the question is not yet solved. The question says calculate additional investment. You have to find out change in I. So as per the calculations, we have found multiplier is equal to change in Y divided by change in I. The multiplier is 4. Change in income, we have seen that change in income is 8,000 CR. So 8,000 divided by, we need to calculate change in investment. So the change in investment is 2000 CR. So understand the question again. In an economy, the old level of income is 12,000 CR and the ratio between MPC and MPS is 3:1. You are required to calculate additional investment if it reaches new equilibrium level of income 20,000 CR. So this is the old income, this is the new income. We can easily find the change in income. How much? New minus old income, we get the change in income as 8,000 CR. If the ratio between MPC and MPS is 3:1, we can say that MPC is 3/4 if we convert it into fraction. And after converting into decimal, the answer is 0.75. Again, we can say that MPS is 1/4 as per the ratio. Converting into decimal, we get 0.25. Now, using the formula of multiplier 1 divided by 1 divided by MPS, we get the multiplier as 4. Next, we have to find out change in investment. So, K is equal to change in Y divided by change in I. Formula answer of multiplier is 4. Change in income is 8,000 and therefore the investment is 2000 CR. I hope you have understood. Now the next sum. So the next sum given is, in an economy, MPC is 0.75. If the investment is increased by 500 CR, calculate the total increase in income and consumption expenditure. So you are required to calculate the total increase in income and consumption expenditure. Increase in income. I'm marking this point. Increase in income, it basically means how much income has been increased or raised, which is change in Y. And consumption expenditure, that is change in C. These are the two items that you are required to find. Now, as per the question given is MPC is equal to 0.75. Using this MPC, we can easily find the multiplier 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. So 1 divided by 1 minus MPC, how much is the MPC? It is 0.75. 0.75. Therefore, 1 divided by 0.25, which is equal to 4. So the multiplier is 4. Now, we need to find out the change in income and consumption. So as per another formula of multiplier, we know change in Y divided by change in I. The multiplier is how much? 4. We need to find out change in income. So change in income remains as it is. And given in the question, the investment expenditure increased by 500 CR. Increased by. Again, the change in I is given. How much is the change in I? It is 500 CR. So understand, if the investment expenditure is increased by 500 crore, earlier it was something, but now the investment has been increased by 500 crore. So the change in investment is 500 crore. So proceed towards the sum. The change in investment is 500 crore. So change in Y is equal to 2000 crore. So it is 2000 crore. Next we have to find consumption expenditure, that is change in C. Change in C, how can you find out change in C? You cannot find change in C using the formula of multiplier, but you can find using the formula of MPC. If you remember the formula of MPC, which is change in C divided by change in Y. So the consumption, marginal propensity of consumption given in the question, it is 0.75. We can write 0.75. Change in consumption remains as it is, and change in income, how much is the change in income? It is 2000 here that we have now written. So as per the formula, we have written MPC is equal to 0.75, change in Y is 2000. So change in consumption, it is 1500 CR. So the sums are very easy. If you see the question and analyze the question, it will be very easy to solve. The question mentions that MPC is 0.75. Already the MPC is given. If the investment expenditure is increased by 500, apply your common sense. Earlier it was something, but now the investment expenditure has been increased by 500. So this 500 is actually the change in investment. The question asked us to solve to calculate the total increase in investment and consumption expenditure. The question asked us to calculate increase in income and consumption expenditure. So as per the formula of multiplier, we have found the multiplier to be 4. What formula we have used? We have used 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. So what is the value of MPC? It is 0.75 and the multiplier is 4. Again, using the formula of multiplier, we have found the change in income as 2000 here. What formula have we used? We have used change in Y divided by change in I. The question already mentions the change in I as 500. We have found the multiplier as 4. We have just cross multiplied and found Y is equal to 2000. Next, we have found change in consumption. Change in consumption expenditure we can find using the formula MPC is equal to change in C divided by change in Y. How much is the MPC? It is 0.75. Change in Y remains as change in C remains as constant and change in Y is 2000 CR. So therefore change in consumption expenditure is 500 CR.